Welcome to Devar Torah. I'm Megan Yates.
Tivo, when you come.
If you listen closely to what Adonai your God says, observing and obeying all his mitzvot which I am giving you today, Adonai your God will raise you high above all the nations on earth. And all the following blessings will be yours in abundance if you will do what Adonai your God says. A blessing on you in the city, and a blessing on you in the countryside. A blessing on the fruit of your body, the fruit of your land, and the fruit of your livestock, the young of your cattle and flocks. A blessing on your grain basket and kneading bowl. A blessing on you when you go out and when you come in. Adonai will cause your enemies attacking you to be defeated before you. They will advance on you one way and flee before you 7 ways. Adonai will order a blessing to be with you in your barns and in everything you undertake. He will bless you in the land Adonai your God is giving you. Adonai will establish you as a people separated out for himself, as he has sworn to you, if you will observe the mitzvot of Adonai your God and follow his ways. Then all the people on earth will see that Adonai's name, his presence, is with you, so that they will be afraid of you. Adonai will give you great abundance of good things, of the fruit of your body, the fruit of your livestock, and the fruit of your land, in the land Adonai swore to your ancestors to give you. Adonai will open for you his good treasure, the sky, to give your land its rain, at the right seasons, and to bless everything you undertake. You will lend to many nations and not borrow. Adonai will make you the head and not the tail, and you will only be above, never below. If you will listen to, observe, and obey the mitzvot of Adonai your God, and not turn away from any of the words I am ordering you today, neither to the right nor to the left, to follow after other gods and serve them.
The Israelites have now come into the land God has promised them. Moses reminds them that if they listen and obey God, they will be blessed.
Deuteronomy 28:15 says, "But if you refuse to pay attention to what Adonai your God says, and do not observe and obey all his mitzvot and regulations which I am giving you today, then all the following curses will be yours in abundance."
Moses warns the people of what will happen to them if they don't listen and obey God. The people of Israel had been given the blood of the Lamb and all kinds of signs and wonders. All they had to do was accept Adonai as their God and then live the ways that Adonai directed them.
Is Torah a contract? God gave Torah to the people of Israel as an agreement. Israel agreed to the term that they'd be his people and he'd be their God.
To belong to Adonai, they had to agree to his terms. We live in a time where we want as much as possible for free. Last year we got cable and the prices were low, but it was a year contract. This year they bumped up the prices of cable, so we had to decide whether we were going to keep it or get rid of it.
Is our agreement with God the same as our cable contract?
Have you ever thought instead of paying for Disney Plus, I could borrow it from my sister? Or maybe my grandparents would give me their Netflix password. Perhaps I could find that on Amazon Prime. How much can I enjoy without personally paying for it?
Does anybody else automatically think, does this place have free Wi-Fi? It's like we can never get enough for free. So why not expect for God's blessings to be free too? I mean, I accepted Jesus. Is there anything else I need to do?
Matthew 13 tells us about all the kind of people that have the opportunity to belong to God.
In Matthew 13, you can find this parable. A farmer went out to sow his seed. As he sowed, some seed fell alongside the path, and the birds came and ate it up. Other seed fell on rocky patches where there was not much soil. It sprouted quickly because the soil was shallow. But when the sun had risen, the young plants were scorched, and since their roots were not deep, they dried up. Other seeds fell among thorns, which grew up and choked the plants. But others fell into rich soil and produced grain, 100 or 60 or 30 times as much as had been sown. Those who have ears, let them hear.
We can be like the one who hears about the kingdom but does not understand it. We can be like the one who hears and accepts it but has no roots, so falls away. We can be like those who hear the word but are choked out by the worries of the world and glam of wealth.
I want to have good soil. I want to have ears to hear and eyes to see.
Last week we learned the entitlements of a widow. God says we're supposed to care for her needs. In this story, we see a widow who doesn't have much to give, but she's giving from the overflow of her thankful heart.
I want to be willing to give all that I have to follow Adonai.
In Acts 28:26-27, it says, "Go to this people and say, you will keep on hearing but never understand, and you will keep on seeing but never perceive. Because the heart of this people has grown thick, with their ears they barely hear, and their eyes they have closed, for fear that they should see with their eyes, hear with their ears, understand with their heart, and do teshuvah, so that I could heal them."
We must soften our hard hearts so that we can hear and do all that God says.
My prayer is that my heart will be soft and I'll be able to do all that Adonai commands.
Yeshua paid the price for our sins.
Just like the children of Israel, the Lamb has been provided for us, and we have seen many signs and wonders.
He himself bore our sins. You are not your own, you're bought with a price.
Are we now ready to accept Adonai as our God and follow his commandments?
Then Yeshua told his Talmudim, "If anyone wants to come after me, let him say no to himself, take up his execution stake, and keep following me. For whoever wants to save his own life will destroy it, but whoever destroys his life for my sake will find it. What good will it do someone if he gains the whole world but forfeits his life? Or what can a person give in exchange for his life? For the Son of Man will come in his Father's glory with his angels, and then he will repay everyone according to his conduct. Yes, I tell you that there are some people standing here who will not experience death until they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom."
We should honor all that Yeshua has done for us by keeping his commandments.
Someone who disregards the Torah of Moshe is put to death without mercy on the word of 2 or 3 witnesses. Think how much worse will be the punishment deserved by someone who has trampled underfoot the Son of God, who has treated as something common the blood of the covenant, which made him holy, and who has insulted the Spirit giver of God's grace. For the one we know is the one who said, "Vengeance is my responsibility, I will repay," and then said, "Adonai will judge his people."
Here are 2 quotes I found interesting when studying this week. Accepting Yeshua means accepting God's contract. It is much more than being sorry for our sins. It's about turning from our ways and living by his plans.
Let's not ask how much can we get from God for free. Instead, ask how much can we give to God for all he has done for us. Shabbat Shalom. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.